What's up, Linus from Tech Select here with yet another Linux video. Let's get the ball rolling, shall we? So MX Linux has been dominating the charts on Distrowatch, especially as #1 distro. Now this got me wondering, why exactly is this happening? So if you just have a look over here at MX, the Distrowatch website right here, if you go over here and click, the ranking, MX Linux is #1 at the top right there. Now, even if I drop this search to the last 12 months and hit go, we still end up with the same thing. MX Linux still ranking #1. So this got me curious. Let's just figure out what is it all about MX Linux. So let's download a copy, install it, and have a look around for ourselves, shall we? Right, if you just go over here to mxlinux.org, right there. Not a bad website. Over here already I can see one of the reasons I think to be on top of the list is basically it gives you quite a number of flavors to play with. You have the XFCE, the KDE, and Fluxbox version. So those are already 3 different versions that you can play around with. Looking at the website, we have so many videos over there, links to videos that are showing you what's happening in there, and not so bad. But hey, we didn't come here to look through a website. Let's go straight to the download button, and in download right here you have so many different ones to choose from. I want MX Linux, so version 21 is the latest right there, and 64-bit version is what we're going with. So let's download this and then we get moving. Okay, so our download is done. Now we are going to try and get it all installed. Now I'm not going to be installing this on my native hardware, as I am having some projects on this one hard drive I'm running, so I'm going to be installing it in VMware. Now for those that don't know VMware, it's basically a virtualization tool, so you can either use VMware or VirtualBox, but I prefer using the VMware. I find it a lot more stable. So let's just go over here to the desktop. We are going to create a new virtual machine. Typical over there. I think I'm going typical. Yes, we're using an ISO which we just downloaded, so we've got to find it. It's going to be in downloads. Right here it is, and then there we go. Could not detect operating system. I don't know why, but those are your problems. Next over there, yes, it's a Linux version, and it's here telling us to pick one of the different distribution versions it is best of. Now, if I'm not wrong, MX Linux is best of Debian. So yes, let's go over here and pick out Debian 64-bit, which would be that one, and let's get it rolling. Now Debian 64-bit over there, everything seems fine. All right, next, there we go. Choose hardware. I think all that is all good. Let's just hit finish. Now let's just go over here. We need, what's this? VirtualBox video, boot from hard drive, memory test. No, I am going straight for the installation because that is what brought us here. That is exactly what we want to accomplish. Okay, I do like the startup graphic. It's already, it has my attention. So this is the Plasma version we're running. So it actually is going to give us, I think, some amazing results. All right, here, let's go hit the install MX Linux button, and then we move from there. So it's here gathering some information, layout, and all of that. Yes, we go next. Yes, there we go. GB root, that's our hard drive we created earlier. I'm just going to hit next. You want to format entire disk? Yes. And then it kicks off the installation process. Now installation is going to take a while, so I'm just going to fast forward this so that we get back to the action. Right, and we are almost there. Now we are at the point where it's asking us for our computer name, so I'm just going to give that Tech Select. Computer domain, we don't have one right now, so we're just going to go with that. Work group, and all this should be okay. Let's hit next. Invalid characters. Oh yes, I put a space. We don't need a space over there. Let's go next. Right, location, let's go United States. Time, okay, so let's go next. Username for login, okay, that's going to be as usual Tech Select, because we like ourselves. Password, let's just go with something simple that I can easily remember. And root administrator account, okay, we can set this up a little bit later because I don't think we're going to be doing anything that will need us to do some root access right there. So let's click next and see how everything rolls. We're still in the installation process, and we get to see what is happening. Alright, so we are actually done installing, so we just hit the finish button right here and we are good to go. I can close this now, and down in my VirtualBox I can just click I am done installing. Now once we're done with that, I think we can officially hit reboot. Let's put this into full screen mode so that we have, you know, the entire screen and see how everything does run. I am excited to have a look at this because it is my first time running MX Linux and I just want to see what this looks like. Okay, login screen looks nice and clean. I like the minimalistic approach to it. Let's just show you without my face in it, just plain over there. Our password that we chose was that, and then we get to login. So now that we're in, we have this welcome screen one more time, and then, you know, brings up the common things you frequently asked questions, the manual tools, tweak panel, and all of these things. But let's just close that off and we get to discover this by ourselves. Now we have a few shortcuts up here on the desktop. Quite interesting wallpaper that also does have our, you know, hard disk space, memory, and CPU usage up here in the corners. I do actually like that. Now going over here at the bottom right, we have the start menu, which, okay, I like calling it a start menu, but okay, the menu where you get access to everything. We have games, graphics, internet, all these other different tools, and then there are also cards on the side, you know, that take you to particular applications. These are like shortcut applications, so you have LibreOffice and all the like. I do actually like this. Also, same at the bottom right here, we do have, oh, this open. Sorry, I didn't mean to click it here. Right, same bottom right, we also have desktop 1 and 2, so you can basically flip through your desktop, different desktops right there for easy and quick access. Now, so far the user interface I'm finding is actually very interesting. Already we saw earlier that we had 3 versions we could choose from, either KDE Plasma, XFC, and Fluxbox. Now here we're running the KDE Plasma, and it actually does look very, very interesting. So here we have the 5.2 desktop, you know, desktop version 5.2, which is sleek. I actually do like the way everything is easily laid out and not really so cumbersome to locate. Things are well organized, graphics in their own way, internet things, multimedia, everything basically is well laid out for you, which I actually find very, very interesting and something really good. Now when we look at the bottom panel, like I said, on the right we had a start button. Over here, this different desktops, a quick system settings button right here that you just, you know, click to launch, and then this would definitely bring you all the different settings. Over here, if you want to customize your feel and look. Going over to the right hand side over here, we have something very simple. I like the easy layout of the clock and the calendar over here with that transparent look to it. Your other settings hidden in this drop down menu, notifications, updates, clipboards, and all these things, internet settings, and of course your volume keys right there. I like how easy it is. You also have a quick access here to your terminal, which is just very good. It's a drop down terminal, so of course definitely for those that have used Linux, then you definitely know that terminal is an integral part of Linux. So once in a while you do have to jump into terminal, so having it just at the bottom where, you know, click and then it does, you know, drop down, or you can, according to this it says you can press F4 to open and you right into terminal. That is a very added bonus right there. I do really like that. So this default desktop here in terms of, you know, looks is very minimalistic. I do like the minimalistic approach, and I found it very user friendly, as it just, you know, throws what it is exactly you're looking for at your face. You don't have to go looking through millions of menus or so many customized different swing things left here, graphics and what. It's just minimalistic, and it's also really intriguing to have. Also to note, at the bottom here we do have our like system meter, basically showing us what we are running. So down here, as you can see, our system load, this is on the CPU, we have almost 0%. This is on RAM over here, and of course it shows you how much RAM you're using, and also basically a quick look through everything. Now when you do click on here, it brings up the more comprehensive system monitor, basically just showing you everything that is in there. This here gives you a good look at what is running, what is, hogging your system, what is slowing it down. This minimalistic, clean approach to it is actually nice. I like it. Now, so far in terms of easy performance, I have no problem with it. I'm actually liking the way it quickly opens up my applications and everything. There's no lag even when I do shake this all over the place. I do like the way it quickly snaps, just snaps the windows, put it up to the upper bar, and it just full screens it for you. That is something I do really like about this. The minimalistic approach to it is actually amazing right here. Really, really amazing. A Linux distro would not be appetizing without customizable options. Now let's go and do some changing. We just right click on the desktop. We can change things like our wallpaper, the look, the theme, and all of these things. So over here, let's see, wallpaper. What kind of wallpapers do we have? Let's go all the way to the top. Ooh, angles, okay, big B. Ooh, I like the nature thing. Let's keep going down. Ceiling, okay, interesting. In the wallpaper section, they're not so bad, but compared to other Linux distros that I have seen that have all these nice flashy wallpapers, I think they do ought to improve, although the collection is quite vast, I must say. The collection of wallpapers is quite vast. You have some nature, you have some tech stuff, you have some abstract over there, so it's not really that bad. I can already get notification there that I have security updates that are available. But let's first apply this wallpaper over here, and we are good to go. Now, of course, wallpaper is not the only thing that you can change over here on MX Linux. You have different things like, your mouse action, what you want it to do, left or right click, location, or different things, like where you want your panel to be up or down. You can change the icons, their size, and all these things. So all these customizing options are easily available to you. So I think this here is also among the reasons that's why definitely it is ranking high. Now, in terms of sheer performance, if I'm to compare this with other instances I've run, let's say like the time I tried running Ubuntu Linux, the newer version on the same virtual machine with this very same desktop, I did run into some problems. So basing on the fact that this here is actually snappy and not really lagging and just feels quick to the touch, this is an added plus. Probably one of the reasons that's why it is actually high ranking. Now, of course, in the apps that do come already installed, let's go over here. Games, we have a couple of games already installed, which is something really amazing. Let's go over to graphics. You have some editing applications. I do like the fact that applications already come, even the Office suite is already here. I like the way they separated the Office right here, Office Math, into its own category right there. Now, in terms of stability, this here, like I said earlier, is best of Debian. So actually, it's not Debian 10 like I selected in the beginning. This is best of Debian 11 Bullseye in particular, and this is the latest stable release of Debian. So this gives MX Linux over here very good stability, because the Debian system is best of actually has minor to almost no bugs right there. Now, based on this, we're very sure we get world-class stability, giving you a system that is very, very dependable and requires zero maintenance. Now, another thing I'd like to highlight here is the MX Tools right here, which is this over here. MX Tools is an umbrella of specialized apps that gives you control, basically lots of control over your system via graphical user interface. Now, for those that have used anything that is Debian, you know that Debian loves a lot of terminal. Now, for those that are new to Linux, doing lots of terminal has never been fun. So this having MX tools over here is a very, very added advantage. So if you wanted, you can just click over here and get anything you want. So you have package manager, you can format a USB, live USB updater, boot repair in case, let's say, you've dual booted your system and then it crashes. You have this over here. MX cleanup, codecs installer for if, let's say, you try to watch a a file and the particular codec is not installed, mp3, mp4, any of those, there's already an installer here. You don't need to go to the back end. So there is a lot of stuff here. You even have a live USB maker, so in case you're trying to create a bootable device, a bootable USB for you to boot let's say another version of Linux or this very version of Linux. It is right here. I like how everything is just simply here. Now the one thing I want to talk about the most is this here, the NVIDIA driver installer. Now MX Linux does come with this NVIDIA driver installer. If you have used Linux, then you know that installing NVIDIA drivers on your system has always been a pain. Most times you have to do it via terminal, and then like 8 out of 10 times, as soon as you're done installing the driver, your system crashes because maybe it has installed the wrong version, the wrong kernel, or stuff like that. But with this here, with once you go over here to the MX tools and go to the NVIDIA driver installer, it will not only scan your system, it will scan the system, get to notice the version of NVIDIA NVIDIA card you're basically rolling, and then pick out the right driver for it that matches the operating system you have on there, install it, and then make sure everything is running. So this is done automatically. No need for you to go into the back end and crash your system and get very frustrated and angry with all that. So this here is already an added plus. I'm really beginning to see why this is a very high ranking Linux distribution right there. Now, one thing we need to look at is applications. Now, everybody does need some applications, so wouldn't want to run your system without having some applications. Now, applications are on here definitely come from Debian, so you can get those off Debian, although many people say that those application packs on Debian are a little bit outdated, but that is no problem because you can easily use right here this tool here, which is the MX package installer. So you can use the MX package installer to install different applications right there. As you can see them over here, you can basically check through popular applications, stable, and all these are different repositories you can actually download from. So you can get from the popular ones, the stable repository. Now over here, definitely everything you'll be getting from the stable is tried and tested stuff. Nothing is going to be crashing on you. Everything is going to be right where you need it. And then if you go to the MX test repo, definitely all these are, some are under test, some are fully working, so it's like a hit or miss, but of course it gives you all these different options. We also have Debian backports, so you can also get your apps off Debian backports. Like I said, some people find those off Debian to be a bit too old for their liking, but the good thing, you have all these amazing versions and options where to get your applications from. Now the best bit of it is it also does allow Flatpaks. Yay! So you can definitely install your things via Flatpaks. You have to authenticate over there, as you've seen, so it's downloading the packages that we need to install. So you have so many different options. There's no reason for you to say you failed to get an app on MX Linux with all these different places you can get your different applications from. So just to recap, you have the stable repository, MX test repository, the Debian backport repository, and Flatpaks. All these are different versions of places you can grab your applications from. So this is just amazing, really, really amazing. As you can see, the list of apps you can get is just endless. So in terms of applications, very big plus right there. You just can't run out of options. So this is just something very very amazing. I am actually beginning to like this MX Linux. It's kind of beginning to grow on me. I do like everything that is the layout, the simplicity of it, the way the desktop is just factored in a way that it's just out there for your direct, nothing cluttered. It is simple, minimalistic, it's just ready for performance at any one time. It's just amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. So looking at it right here, why would it be ranking? Looking at what we've gone through, basically I do understand why it would be ranked as #1 recommended distro in a very, very, very long period of time, because it is just amazing to use. I'll admit it. MX Linux is winning me over. I am going to see if I can, after playing around with it and tweaking it over here on VirtualBox, I shall see if I can put it as my daily runner for a while to basically see how everything goes down. But so far, count me convinced. MX Linux is amazing. Right, if you like this video or like all other content on this channel, make sure you go hit subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are alerted each time a new video drops right here on this channel. You can also check out different playlists that I've created on this very channel. There is one on reviews, one on tech, one on Linux, particularly if you're just interested in Linux version content, then there is a playlist that is running for Linux videos only. There is a lot of stuff on this channel that you would really like to check out. So thank you so much for watching until this moment. Thank you so much for subscribing. My name is Linus. I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.